Hello everyone. This is an overview of the final module, which is our final group project. The purpose of this module is to develop a working app for a problem of your choice. Since the beginning of this semester, we have been working on a walkthrough a style or format where I threw you in the water and walked you through different types of problems and different types of solutions and different types of techniques. Now is the time for you to shine. Now is the time for you to take a step back, think about what you would like to do with the knowledge you gained so far, apply it, and have an opportunity to develop your own working app. We will do this as a team. The purpose of this is twofold. Number one, to give you an opportunity to exchange information and experience with people from a different disciplines and a different background than you are. Number two, to practice and learn about app team development. This is what real world is. Nobody develops on their own. So this gives you opportunity to practice that. And number three, I realized that we have only 1 month to complete this app, and this may not be sufficient for one person to complete on their own. So I'm hoping that by working in a team, we increase the chance of you actually completing a working app by that time. In previous classes, we never had a team that was not able to complete the app. I work with you and you work with your teammate to define the scope, or in other words, to define the right problem. We don't want to define a problem that is overwhelming or too much or require time beyond what we have, and we also don't want to under-define the problem by working on something that is very simple that will be done in a week and so on. So finding the right scope, finding the right problem, this will be we will work together on that. The third goal of this module is to complete the course evaluation, and now let me walk you through the different features that we have here. The first thing is learning about your project group. On Blackboard, on the left side, you see the project group link, and you can also click here to access your project group. When I click on this link, I will see all project groups because I'm the instructor. However, when you click on this link, you will only see your project group. So we have 5 groups. Each group has 3 members. So group number 1, group number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And you can see the groups here with the last name. So you will only see your group. So when you click on that link, you will not be able to see everybody as I am here. And okay, here we go. And let me go back to the modules. It's just taking time to load, I guess. All right. The second, once you know who your group members are, I want to mention something here too. The first person listed in the group members is responsible for initiating contact with the remaining groups until a project manager is selected. You could be the project manager, but not necessarily. However, this is the person responsible for making sure roles are defined. So you take the lead until all the different roles are defined for the group. So what are the different roles of the group? I sent an email to everyone, and you can access that email in the email archive section, and I have a link for it over here. And if you click on that link, you see that there are 3 group roles. The first one is the project manager. The second one is the user experience analysis lead. The third one is the developer lead. And if there's a fourth person in a group, this person takes the role of developer. Let me first say something. This is only a 3-member group. Everybody is doing everything. So everybody's doing project management, everybody's doing user experience, everybody doing developer. So what is the purpose of the lead? This is the person that will be held responsible. So the project manager is responsible for team communication, reporting, and assignment delivery on time. There are specific deadlines, and I will show them this is the person responsible to represent the team for that. The user experience is the person taking charge of the user interface or the view. Remember the model view controller, this is the person responsible for the view. How many screens are we going to have, what components, and so on and so forth. Not necessarily this is the person who will develop it. Everybody will collaborate. This person can assign tasks. You all work together collectively to find different features, but that's the person that need to say, cut the discussion, now it's time to move, we need to finish this, we need to get a view done. Developer lead, this is the person responsible for the controller, the code, not necessarily the person who will code. I know from your journals not everybody's comfortable with the code, but this is the person making sure we have the code, we have the controller, we have the modules, everything in order, and distribute responsibility over the remaining 3 members of the group. So again, don't come and say, I'm a project manager, I'm not going to do anything else. That's the wrong understanding of what we're trying to do here. Everybody's doing everything, but there is a lead person who will organize and take charge to make sure that responsibilities are not left unassigned. Alright, so that's the second thing. So now what you guys need, oops, wrong click. What you guys need to do after you know who are your groups members, after you define the roles, you guys need to get together and agree on who will play what role, and you need to do this before the 19th or the deadline for the final project progress report 1. In the final project report 1, I need to know names of members of your team. This is known, but just in case any changes happen, what application you will develop, what progress have you done so far. So I need to know the members of the team and the roles. Maybe I need to modify this, and the role, and what is the problem you guys agreed to do, or the application you will develop, and how far you are. How far you are, I need to make sure that you guys signed up to the mybalsamiq website for the user interface, that you guys signed up for the GitHub so that you can access the different features that you have or set up, and everybody knows how to communicate different things. The second assignment is due a week later, which is finalizing what the view will look like, but that's a mock-up. So you could work, and I expect you to work in parallel because we don't have much time. So as you use the mock-up to identify what the app will look like, and everybody contributes, and I will contribute as well because I have access to all of it, I want you also to start to complete this by the 26th. Then we have our monthly journal due. Then we have the second progress report where we need to, this is kind of a final check before the presentation. Then we have submitting the course evaluation, and then the final project presentation. This is due on the 12th at midnight, but the presentation will be at that particular time, and I will send you information when we get closer on the online tool we will use to deliver the presentation. But block that time from now. Each group will be present. I'm going to try to find a tool that allow all of us to be connected at the same time. I will let you know about that. The last item here is very important. This is the group assessment to be submitted with the final presentation. Now, every time you work with a group, sometimes they work well, sometimes they don't. So this group evaluation rubric gives you opportunity to rate and grade the other members of your team. So role ABC, that's fine. You can define what that is. And then member name. So this is group 1, 2, 3, 4. You write the other 2 members. And then the score is calculated from here. So 10 points if you strongly agree with the statement, 8 points if you very much agree, 6, and so on. And you have 5 statements here, 4 statements. This person worked hard during the time and outside the class time to help our group meet the group objectives, completed the assigned role without any prodding from the group members, stayed with our group, did not waste time, and the person worked hard at accepting other ideas. And then you get the total points, and that's what you score here next to each person. And then you write your name, and I need that document from each member of the group at the in the presentation day. on the 12th. So I need this document by the 12th. As you come to the presentation, I need you to submit that document as well to me. So this is basically our final month. A lot of work on your side, and requires some organization. This is why very first task, the person listed first in the group, I need you to go ahead and get everybody together and agree on what role each member will do and start working. I want to mention that it is expected that each member will spend about 3 to 6 hours a week, if not more, working on this project. This is a responsibility. You owe it to the other members of the team. So you can't really ignore everything and come in the last week and say, all right, here I am. You need to be able to be attentive, respond to email within the day or maximum next day, and be on top of things. I have two collaboration tools that I ask you to work on. The first one is called mybalsamiq. And if you go to the mybalsamiq site and log in, you will see your project to group. Those in green, that's what you'll see. Now, this is all the groups in all my classes. You will only see one, which is your group. I assigned each one of you to a group. So let's say you are group number 1. So you click on group number 1 and you log in, and you'll able to add a mockup. If you add a mockup, you can choose what kind of mockup this will be. We are using a mobile application, so on an iPhone, so you can select an iPhone, and you have some tools here that help you and a chart that help you create a mockup. You can write some notes. Each member can come in and can edit, can save, can share, can give feedback, and so on and so forth. I would like you to have a separate screen for a separate image or mockup for each screen in your app. This allows us to comment easily. However, if you want to do something different, that's not a big deal for me. So familiarize yourself with the layout, with the tool, and this is what we will use for working on the interface and help us define the scope of the app. The second tool that we have is the github.uc.edu. When you go there, you will see again a group, a team. There are repositories. This is a place where you can save your project file. It has a desktop app. You will need to download the desktop app so you can save files. When you create a project on Xcode, you'll be able to save the project in this repository, and this allow all of you to check in and check out the repositories or the files and be able to document what the changes that each member will do. GitHub is for software development, so it will allow you to communicate the groups or the group project and share it in a very nice format. Give me also access to it in case you need me to download and make some changes, and it keeps versions of the project so we can always go back and see what's happening. So take some time to familiarize yourself. When you get there, you will see yourself a member of the organization. When you log in first, you log in with your UC credential. You need to do that, so I'm able to assign you to your team or to your group and assign you to the repository that you will be using. And once you do that, you'll be able to see the repository, and you'll able to see the files. You can access the files. You can add issues. You can assign issues and communicate. There are many different features. You can add a wiki of the different things that you're doing in case you want to work together. You can download as a zip or clone in desktop and have a desktop app to work with you. So these are the two collaboration tools that we will be using. So go ahead, accept the invitation for the mybalsamiq. Sign up to the GitHub so I can assign you to your team and to your group. Throughout this month, I'll try to email you to remind you with the different items, but you are expected to access Blackboard and work on your own. So don't wait for any email or a message from me. If you need any help, I can join your group meeting, or I can connect with you or with all of your group. So that's all for our final module. This has been a blast working with you, and I hope you enjoy this final and last module. This has been in previous classes by far the one module that students have enjoyed the most. There's so much you can do, and I'm sure you will bring up great ideas. And I know this is a beginning course, but let this not stop you, and shoot for what you would like to do. And I look forward to see your projects at the end of in the project presentation. Thank you.